Welcome to Winging It Buffalo Style. I'm Victoria Hogg.
And I'm Joe Arena.
And I'm Allie Hartwick.
And as we've been telling you, this is back to school week for us here on Winging It. In addition to that, we've got so many things going on this week. Today, we are going to be talking, oh, I forgot. It's a memory expert. And this memory expert is going to be teaching us, and so you can teach your kids as well, how to retain facts for those tests to do well.
That was always my problem when I was in school.
Remembering.
Still is my problem.
All right, we'll teach you how. He has a great method. We took a test.
Oh, and we're also going to learn about packing school lunches, because that's a huge part of going back to school. And we had some nutritionists come by, show us how to make some healthy ones.
That's right. And I'll be in the kitchen cooking with the local high school principal, and I'm very excited about this whole thing.
We are too, because it smells great in here right now.
It already smells amazing in here, yeah.
It does.
All right, one thing, we always talk about people with perseverance. And this next story that we're going to tell you about, it's about 3 friends who persevered over a quarter of a century to ride their bikes all the way from Texas to complete a project. Their names are Dan Alexander, David Swinski, and Tony Glossick. And they rode the final 2,300 miles of an 8,000-mile ride to raise money for the Seneca Babcock Community Center. Their trip actually started about 25 years ago, but an accident didn't allow them to finish it until now. And they said, you know what, we're going to do it. The accident was pretty severe, no matter how much time, and they did. That's
right. I mean, that's a major chunk of time, but to be that dedicated just sends a great message. You gotta, you know.
It's amazing. Plus, the trip in itself is so huge, riding like such a huge way across the country. And I think it's really cool that people want to, you know, travel the country in a different way, because we're so used to either flying somewhere or hopping in a car and doing it on bike, and then over so many years and being so dedicated to the cause. There's just so many different things that make this an amazing story.
To raise money for their community center.
That's terrific. For good causes. There's so many examples of this. You know, we had a gentleman just walk from Grand Island all the way to the Bronx for, you know,
wearing the Yankee uniform.
Exactly. So it definitely sends a good message.
Sure does.
All right, we're talking back to school this week, of course, and obviously it's tough for kids to get out of bed in the morning, but the Buffalo School District is trying something new in order to boost those attendance numbers, because they are pretty low. So here's something. Would you go to school if you got a call from a celebrity? Well, that's one of the ideas that the Buffalo School District is tossing around for this year. Have one of the Buffalo Bills or the mayor make robocalls to students in the morning to wake them up and get them into school. I kind of like the idea. Whatever works. You know, you got to get those numbers up. So.
Okay, but you know what, in my opinion, knowing, you know, I have 2 kids, that it's going to take more than a recording. I don't care who it's from. If somebody calls up live and says, hey, you know, I'm Buffalo Bill, I'm the mayor, I'm Mayor Brown, come to school now, get your butt out of bed, they're going to get up. But if they hear a recording, they're going to go right back to sleep.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I guess you're right. But the mayor might scare me out of bed.
Maybe. Do you know who I think is going to be commissioned to do one of these? Victoria Hogg.
Possibly.
No.
Wake up, it's Victoria Hogg.
Just turn on the TV and I'll say it. Wake up.
You know,
wake up and then go to school.
It's always a cold glass of water that hovering over my head that my mom would get me out of bed with, and that seemed to work. Yes.
Really?
Ooh, yeah.
See, I had to take the bus, and if I didn't catch that bus, I didn't get to go to school that day. So, all right, this is an interesting story that we've got. A huge part of going back to school is getting your senior portraits taken, or just your back to school picture. And there was a photographer in Pennsylvania who canceled a photo shoot with a number of girls because she went on their Facebook pages and found out that they were Facebook bullying a lot of other girls at the school, some of which were her clients. And so she absolutely refused to take the picture of people that she considered to be ugly on the inside. And I think this is an awesome stand that she made.
Sends a good message for sure, yeah.
I think it's a good stance that she makes. I think that it would be even better if the school took it one step further, because if she could investigate and find that these girls were bullying, why isn't the school doing something? Why isn't the school saying, you know what, you've done this wrong, you guys are going to be taken out of the yearbook. Your memories are going to be washed out of a lot of people because of what you did.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very proactive move by this photographer, so hopefully the school will open its eyes a little bit to it. Absolutely.
And it's something that I think is ignored so much, because the Facebook with kids in high school is kind of new, but the things that girls say to each other online is just awful. Like, some of the things that people say are heartbreaking, and I think it's just great that she did this.
That's cruel.